top 3 matchups that we would like to see in the postseason in each league. So let's start in the American League. What playoff matchups do you want to see?
All right, so I like some of these. And again, as you mentioned, some of the, all of these teams might not, I don't know who's going to be in the playoffs at the end of the day, right? So these are just some matchups that I would like to see. First up in the American League, I'll go Orioles and Mariners. Just imagine the vibes.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? You got Seattle, who just ended a 21-year playoff drought last year. We got to see them for one game in the postseason last year against the Astros. The team is really good. They're really fun. And those vibes, I feel like at Camden Yards would be the exact. I just feel like there would be no better atmosphere series than the Orioles and the Mariners. So to me, you get two of the youngest, most exciting teams with the Orioles lineup that is one of the best in baseball, but very underrated. The Orioles lineup outside of Adley and Gunnar Henderson is so underrated. Anthony Santander has 25 homers in back-to-back seasons, the first time for an Orioles player since Eddie Murray. I mean, anytime you're doing something like that, it's incredible.
Yeah.
Austin Hayes, Ryan Mountcastle, a very underrated offense after the young studs that a lot of people know. And then on the Seattle side of things, Julio, that pitching staff, the crowd, it's that I need to see Orioles Mariners.
It's a pretty even matchup when you think about it, too. It could be fun. It could go either way. But let's move to the next matchup, which would be Astros against the Mariners.
Yeah, again, division rivalry. You can feel that division rivalry building.
Like we've been the little brothers in this division for the last 10 years because the Astros, I know that strikes a chord with you, the little brothers.
I'm going to make a motion to stop using the big brother, little brother analogy.
Ooh, this triggers fun, you guys.
I take offense to it.
I'm a big sister, you're a little brother. So it's like, it makes sense that I would use the analogy and that you dislike the analogy.
Sometimes the little brother gets the best of the big brother,
And that's what
sometimes little brothers go 1-for-1 with a homer off of big brother. I don't understand the analogy. I don't get it, and we need to stop using it. Astros Mariners becoming a great rivalry in the AL West because the Mariners are closing that gap.
They are.
And the Astros are still the Astros. We've seen that over the last few days, but the Mariners have closed that gap because of the young core that they have, and Julio just getting better and better. The pitching rotation's really good. So to get those vibes, the division rivalry in the playoffs, I would love to see that. This would be a fun ALCS matchup.
It would be great. And just to add on to sometimes the little brother can do better than the big brother. The Mariners have led 6-4 this season against the Astros. And they have another series coming up September 25th through the 27th.
I'm just out on this analogy altogether.
I know you are.
I'm over
All right, let's go to our last American League potential playoff matchup that we would love to see. And we just saw it this week, Rangers, Astros.
Yeah, so this would be a fun one. We obviously have seen these two teams play a lot throughout the regular season. We just saw it earlier this week, as you mentioned, where the Rangers were just, it didn't go well.
No, the Astros
dominated. But it has been a fun series throughout the year.
Yeah.
We had a benches clearing situation earlier. We get some heated exchanges at home plate with Marcus Semien jumping on the plate. The team, there's just a lot going on here. The Texas showdown would be a lot of fun. I just don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know if the Rangers are.
I don't think the
Rangers have just absolutely just gone in the wrong direction. They went from a big division lead to a small division lead, to a wild card team, to on the outside looking in the span of a month.
There are not two teams right now that are trending more in the opposite direction than the Astros and the Rangers.
Yeah.
And then we just saw that head-to-head in the series this week.
Yeah, that might have been the most dominant head-to-head that has ever happened. I mean,
39 runs, what was it?
16
homers.
And that
was crazy.
Never happened in a 3-game series. Yeah.
Crazy. All right. Well, let's move to the National League potential playoff matchups that we would love to see, starting with Braves and Dodgers.
I mean,
Come on. Give the people what they want.
If we get a Braves versus Dodgers NLCS, which is where it would have to happen.
Yes.
Because they're going to be the 1 and the 2 seed, right? So the only possibility for them to meet up would be in the NLCS. And man, just the baseball world needs it.
They
That
do.
would be such a fun series. Braves, Dodgers, all the star power, all the Freddie, the narratives, Freddie to the Dodgers, but still misses the Braves, and then all, just everything there.
But even their playoff history, they've both knocked each other out like the last 5 years.
Yeah, you could say the Braves were the little brother because they keep getting the better of for a while, the Dodgers have been the cream of the crop in the National League for I don't know, almost a decade, it feels like. And the Braves, I remember the first real matchup. The Braves had that 3-1 lead, and they blew it. The Dodgers came back and ended up going to the World Series there. And then the Braves finally got over that hump, and now they've done it twice. So now there's all these narratives with this series, and it's the two best teams in the National League. And man, that's a clear and obvious one. Yeah,
that's next National League matchup that we would love to see: Phillies and Braves.
Run it back.
Yeah.
I mean, the Phillies take down the Braves last year, end up in the World Series. It was surprising to a lot of people.
Yep.
And look, I've talked about the Braves a lot. They've been #1 in the power rankings for the majority of the year. But do not get it twisted. This Phillies team can beat the Atlanta Braves, and they can absolutely do it again with how well they are playing. Another division matchup that would be awesome, and a lot of energy there. The Rhys Hoskins bat spike last year in the playoffs, an iconic baseball playoff moment. Here it is now. If you're watching, you can see it. I mean, it was legendary. And what a series that would be. Rhys Hoskins off Spencer Strider, and it'd be great. Braves, Phillies is another.
That's the best thing about the playoffs. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Is that a song?
No. Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Really?
Yeah.
Gosh, that's one of my favorite songs. Lego Movie. All right, let's move on to our final National League potential playoff matchup that we would love to see, and that is Cubs against Reds.
Look, the NL wild card is all over the place. I just think you mentioned it yesterday, Alex. Imagine at the beginning of the year when you have the NL East with the Phillies, the Mets, and the Braves, and the NL West with, at minimum, the Dodgers and the Padres. Imagine if someone had said to you, the team with 3 playoff teams, the division with 3 playoff teams is going to be the NL Central. You would have been called crazy, and rightfully so.
We talked about it yesterday.
Nobody in the world thought that was going to happen, and it is a big possibility because I think the Brewers and Cubs I think they're going to be in. I think that's fair to say. And the Reds, we talked about it yesterday, by far the easiest remaining schedule. A lot of under 500 teams for them. So sitting right there on the edge of that 3-4 spot, they can certainly get in. I just think this matchup between division teams that neither of them expected to be in the playoffs this year. This was supposed to be a step forward year, and it's turned into a playoff year potentially for the Reds.
It's the Ellie effect.
Ellie De La Cruz, Matt McClain, Spencer Steer, Hunter Green in the playoffs, Andrew Abbott against the Cubs with Bellinger and Justin Steele and Alzolay at the back end of the bullpen. I get excited just thinking about it.
We can tell.
Thank you.
Yeah. Everything is awesome.
All right. So those are the 3 from each league and the 6 total series that we would love to see and to be at some point throughout the playoffs.